G'day fellas and welcome to A Casted Game. Spawning in on the south side of the map in the color red, it is Lucifron on the Rus. His opponent towards the north of the map playing as the Mongols, it is Vortex. This map of course is Highview and it is incredibly important right now that Vortex wins because this is a series, a best of 7 series between these two characters in the Golden League. And the winner here will move on to either a 3-0 position or a 2-1 position. So you can see why it's so important for Vortex to come up victorious here. He's going to continue moving through these stealth forests. He manages to find a patch of 3 sheep over towards the west side of the map. You can see that Lucifron going to be taking a similar path to him, unfortunately. Just going to be running a little bit late as that Khan continues making its way through the forest. Now this matchup, of course, the Rus versus the Mongols, it's a little bit of an old school, I wouldn't say an old school matchup, but it's a bit of a traditional matchup. It's one that we see out quite a fair bit. It's one that I would say that the Mongols and the Rus are pretty fair when it comes to this map specifically. If you were to talk about like Dry Arabia, you'd probably say the Mongols would be favored there. But when it comes to this map in particular, obviously there's more Gaia on this map to choose from. And so it's going to mean that the Rus are a little bit stronger here. So Lucifron definitely going to be happy with his pick in this situation as well. But we'll check in with him and see how he's doing as he stacks up that bounty. He's up to 90 at the moment. He's tried to contest a couple of deer over towards the other side of the map. But now we actually see that Vortex is going to be cleaning it up. He's doing a pretty decent job already. He's got one wolf here standing by idle, ready to go. And now going to be, again, just working on the rest of the hunt. We'll check in with his opponent and actually manages to find the hunt. Look at this, and he's got a lot of wolves chasing him. He's actually struggling quite a bit here. The health on the Khan is very, very low. He's running circles around right now, but actually going to be denying this hunt away from Lucifron. Lucifron hasn't found this one. Does find the hunt around the back side of the base, though. But going to be leashing a couple of wolves from this sacred site. Typically, you will find wolves on the sacred sites. And so as a result, you can see that he's definitely struggling down to about 21 health. Vortex is. So that's a good sign, though, honestly. If you can get down to 21 health on your Khan because you're microing you've got the wolves, and you should be careful here in this position. Is he running the speed arrow? Oh. No, why does he need to rush the speed arrow? He's fine. What's he doing? He's gonna get rid of that wolf if he's not careful. I thought he was running back to the town center to drop the sheep off. I got real concerned for a second. But let's talk a little bit about this starting position. So Vortex gonna have the Uvu nice and close to his town center, but obviously the gold mine gonna be a little bit further away. Now, fortunately for him, it is in the back of the base. Sometimes you do get these awkward spawns where you've got the gold mine where the berries are. So now you've got a gold that's very exposed and then still somewhat exposed to the Rus, because remember, the Rus are a civilization that do like to make these scouts in the early stages of the game. But speaking of early stages of the game, we already see a wheelbarrow coming through. Another 8 seconds and that bad boy is going to be well and truly finished. Looks like all the sheep going to be sitting underneath this town center nice and safe. 6 villagers going to be looking to tap away at that golden gate. And he'll be aging up probably just shy of about 4 minutes 30, I suspect. But now up towards the north, a little bit of a battle beginning to unfold. Players have found almost all of the Gaia at this point. We're about 4 minutes in, and Lucifron sitting at about 250. So the question is now going to turn towards the Boar. Will we see a Boar taken today? Now, there is one Boar towards the north side of the map. There should be a second Boar on that south side. It's a little bit further away. You can see it's very, very close towards this wood line, but this isn't necessarily a bad thing. You could definitely put a hunting cabin right here, anywhere around here, and it's gonna net you absolutely amazing returns. So that could be an option that we do potentially see out of Lucifron here. But Vortex, on the other hand, he's going to be very happy with his sheep underneath the town center. This guy's working overtime this pasture. So I'm suspecting it's probably just going to be a classic fast castle that we're going to be seeing out of Vortex today. Nothing too crazy, nothing too out of the ordinary. But he is slightly out of range on the deer stones from those villagers there. So we'll have to see how he looks to play it. Down towards the other side of the map, Lucifron. He is now going to be working in that wooden fortress. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see 8 villagers make their way across towards that Boar. And there they go, 8 villagers, as they do best. Scout's probably going to be heading down towards that position as well. We can see them out in the middle of the map. He actually finds another wolf, and it's on low health. Why doesn't he just turn around? Yeah, turn around and shoot that bad thing. Yeah, there you go. 315 bounty, not too bad. Not too bad at all, considering you're barely 5 minutes into this game. But he'll now be turning down towards that position. I'm curious as to what Vortex actually thinks about it. Vortex actually is sitting on that boar. Now spots the villagers coming in, looking to try and pull that boar away, and indeed does, but unfortunately loses a little bit. Now, he's got to be careful here. You can see that the villagers are looking. He might actually just sacrifice this scout if he's not careful. Opens it up. Scout going to make its way through. Indeed, the scout does go down, but with that, the boar is going to be going down, and all the villagers going to be dropping down that hunting cabin next to it. But unfortunate timing there. And now look at this, an outpost coming up to begin with. Vortex looking to put on the pressure nice and early. Going to be heading down now. Look at this. He already gets picked up on the way. Lucifron knows, okay, there's the potential that there could be something coming in to deny this. And you can see the Khan going to be jumping in here. Needs to get this wooden fortress down. You can see he's got the boar right there. Wooden fortress needs to sit right there next to it. But there it goes. He's going to be putting it right on top. He's got to be careful here with the potential for that outpost to get dropped down, and we can see he's going to be chasing away that one villager. Villager number 1 going to be going down here on this wooden fortress. Villager number 2, let's check out that wooden fortress. 38 gold. That is not too bad at all. We'll check in on the other one. The other one coming in at 25. So yeah, very measly amount compared to this bad boy out here. He is doing very well. 38 gold, but already one villager and a scout going over to Vortex, so he'll be happy with that one to take away. But we'll check in with how he's doing and what he's looking to play. It looks like it's going to be an age 2 archery range coming out here from Vortex, so might be looking to put on the pressure, maybe potentially thinking about a ram or something, but now looking to actually drop down this outpost. And this is the consequence of when you've got these outposts up. Now this will get spotted out by Lucifron, but one of the things to note is that the way that range works for your outposts, it might be 8 range, okay, that you can shoot from this outpost out here. But the thing is, the 8 range that comes out from this outpost is going to be enough to hit the boar, but not necessarily enough for your wooden fortress to actually take that down. But speaking of taking that down, it looks like the villagers are going to be able to take that one down, and I suspect he'll just be coming right back. And this is going to be able to draw a lot of time from him. So the Vortex playing a very smart move here. And so with this, Lucifron going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. Does he just continue looking to try and do, you know, damage in this position? What does he look to do here? And it looks like he's just going to continue. I think he's just going to roll the dice at this point, and just going to be looking to try and, you know, hopefully he's thinking that this outpost, when it comes up, it's not going to be able to hit the villagers. I got some bad news for you. This outpost, it always finds a way to hit those villagers, no matter what. You can see them sitting underneath right there. Honestly, for the outpost, I would have put the outpost like right here. I think that probably would have been the best position. And then you're only really worried about like an outpost down here. But now that's going to come through. Arrowslit's going to be coming through straight away as well. Second outpost going to get thrown up here. This is going to be shutting down this position very effectively. So you don't need archers in this position. You don't need spearmen, don't need horsemen, don't need anything. You just need the outpost alone is more than enough to do the damage. And that's what we see here. But Lucifron behind this is going to be thinking about castling. You can see he's almost got enough resources for that now. Vortex on the other side, still yet to gather up enough resources for it. But plenty of archers now starting to move out. Those emplacements about to come through, and as soon as those emplacements are through, you'll watch to see the damage that comes out. You can see, as I said, I don't know how it works, but they always find a way. The outposts are so fucking annoying, and there goes the second villager of the game. The Mongol outposts, I swear they have more range than anything. I mean, I can explain it. I understand how it works. It's just, so the 8 rangers coming from the center of this building going out towards that. That's why it doesn't hit the villagers, because the villagers are on the outside. And then the 8 range from here is getting calculated. It can obviously hit this, but it can also hit the villagers here, because these villagers are technically, you know, if the villagers were building it on this side, and that's really where it comes down to poor positioning of that wooden fortress. When it comes down to it, like if this wooden, as I said, but then like, you know, I mentioned that the wooden fortress should have been here. Well, then this outpost is successful, isn't it? Because it just denies from this south side. So maybe you go like wooden fortress here and then wall across like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's such, it's so difficult to deal with this stupid fucking Mongol outpost bullshit. I really can't stand it. I hate it so much. Do you remember back in the days when the Mongol outpost was 70 wood? Like, excuse me? Why is your outpost 70 wood? I'm just glad that it got nerfed. Scout using off its scouting falcon ability. I don't know why the scouts... the scouts never used to get the scouting falcon ability. Now they do. I swear, man. The devs are Mongol mains. I'm just saying it. I'm saying... Fuck it, man. I'm saying it. The devs are Mongol mains. Khan looking to try and do some DPS here. Not having a lot of luck. Third age has now been reached. Night's going to be coming out. Still early Nights. Looking to get, with the Abbey of Trinity, some Warrior Monks out on the map now as well. We'll check in with Vortex and see how he is doing. It's going to be the Step Red out coming up for him. We can see that the Deer Stones did indeed get moved into the correct position, so they now affect the villagers over on the gold mine, affecting most of the villagers here as well. So they should be buffing it up. Double Pasture going to be coming out for him here. And at this point in time, Vortex, he's looking pretty strong. He's been able to deny that boar. That boar's still got 1,200 food on it, and doesn't that just feel fucking terrible? And now looking towards this boar up on the north side, we can see that 410 bounty could potentially go up to 485. But we see that Vortex has reached the castle age. What is his immediate reaction? Let's take a look and see what he does. Step It Out's going to be moving back towards here. Is it going to be... that to me signals that it's going to be a second town center. You would not normally see this many villagers going over to gold. But I'm thinking because of that it's going to be a second town center. Because he'll just market trade it away. I'm assuming that's what it is. So he's going to be buying all of his wood for the town center. He'll be buying all of the food for the villagers. That's what I think it's going to be. We'll look to see what he does. In placement in the center of the map, going to be looking to dish out some damage. He's going to be careful here. These knights are going to be able to do a lot of damage if he's not careful. And I suspect he's probably going to have +1 coming through shortly. We'll take a look over on his side and see what kind of upgrades he's got coming through. It doesn't look like anything just yet. Looks like the warrior monk almost dying to the fucking the Khan, of course, because why not? It's a Khan. It's just a free unit that replenishes itself and respawns and all that good stuff. Back over on this side, so Vortex, plenty of villagers up here, 16 villagers. We're going to see a prayer tent come down. I suspect we're going to see a market come down after that. Also a Gur getting thrown down in the wood line. Yeah, this stage, not a lot of aggression really getting shown out. A couple of knights going to be the aim of the game at this stage. Still throwing out these arrows, preventing the gathering, but we do see a second town center now coming out for Lucifron. So if Vortex was thinking about a second town center, definitely going to be the right play to look to keep up with his enemy, because Lucifron is well and truly up to the next level when it comes to this game. He's got 2 of the relics up so far. We'll check where the rest of them are. There's one in the center, one in the south, one up in the north as well. And now we start to see Lancers making their way across the field, looking to dish out some damage. They're actually beelining straight for the villagers here, but it looks like that town center are going to be able to get up. Early Knights, or rather just Knights now, are defending this position. Going to be able to hold on to it. It looks like I suspect we're probably going to see from Lucifron... Wait, why? I was going to say, why is there no line of sight? I would expect to see a hunting cabin drop down, and indeed we do see a hunting cabin. He's just got to be careful because there's a blind spot here, an open spot for these raids to come through. We'll check in over on the other side and see what Vortex is up to. That market has finally come down, and we're going to start seeing a lot more market trading, I would expect. He's now looked to take Sacred Sites over on the west side. West side immediately loses that one out. More knights going to be coming in now, but Sacred Site should be held on for the moment. Back over on the east side, we see that there's still this battle just unfolding. I wish I could turn off those notifications. I don't need to know about them. At least as a caster, I don't need to know about them. As a player, yeah, you know what? I probably still don't need to know about them. But I guess that's part of the charm, isn't it? So a little bit of a night war at the moment. Neither player really blinking yet. Typically, you're only going to see blinking for spears. You know, it's going to be a little bit later on that you would see it. We'll check over on the other side and see. Vortex still not blinking yet. Actually, just going to be going into a blacksmith. We don't see the second town. We don't see the second town center just yet. It's literally right there, Drongo, you dickhead. So there's that second town center that we were talking about. We take a look at the market, have a look at the trading rate, so you can see he has spent a lot of gold on wood. It's up to 162. The standard is going to be 170. Actually, if I'm looking at that, is he? Okay, never mind. It's 130 is the standard, and it's up to 162. So that means that he has bought a fair bit of wood. We're probably talking close to more than 1,000 wood right there. But over on the other side, I mean, there's market rates that are unaffected in there, but the Sacred Site going to be prevented from being captured. Lucifron doing a great job of just holding on at this point in time. And now a whole bunch of knights going to be making their way through, going to be able to block the villagers from retreating here. Actually coming in underneath, and you can see, just look at the minimap right now. So many units just being attacked all over the place. This is the consequence of having these attacks going off, because he's attacking with 2 separate units. So it's causing 2 different triggers over on that side. Outpost going to be going down here. A lot of knights coming out, and you can see that emplacement just firing off. And of course, that single knight just says, hey, you over there, fuck you in particular. And it goes down. So that is beautiful AI just coming in there. I don't know exactly why that knight just decided to go its separate way, but fair enough. 13 knights coming out for Lucifron. He's sitting on 53 villagers. Compare that over to his opponent who's on 51 villagers. The economies are quite even at this point. Monastery is out for both players. We've got one relic that's been picked up so far. Second relic going to be picked up in the middle. We can see the shaman moving out towards it. And third relic, nice and safe. It should be coming in if it hasn't already. We hear a Wololo in the middle, going to be able to protect it. Picks it up immediately and goes for the Wololo. Looking to try and capture that sacred... Get off my screen, dude. I tell you what, I get so annoyed with all these UI elements popping up in my game. It's like, I don't care, man. Get off my screen. I want to see what's happening. I don't want to see this giant message pop up on my screen. Uwu is depleted. Like, get out of here. I know that Uwu is depleted. I can hear the sound. But now, the knight number is really looking healthy from Lucifron. Now, interesting to note, he still hasn't got any upgrades. So we are still yet to see an upgrade. But Vortex almost playing... Do I dare say a little bit too greedy here as the Mongols? He pops off the arrow to provide a little bit more defense, but unfortunately I don't know if that's going to be enough to hold on, and now it is him that is going to have to blink here as we start to see spears coming out. And this is really what spoils the end, or what spoils the danger. Spells the danger? What sounds the danger alarm is when these spears start coming out. You've got to start upgrading Spearmen, so we can see the veteran Spearmen coming in right now as well. But you can't take any bad fights with Spearmen. You have to be very careful with them. You have to hit that critical mass before you can really do it. And look at the numbers of knights that are coming out here for Lucifron. Lucifron just continuing to add in full knights at this point. He's looking very good, very healthy. He's sitting on 61 villagers. Compare that over to his opponent, who's sitting on 60. The economic numbers are even. Relic in the middle of the map, still yet to be returned back to base. He's still sitting on one relic at this point in time. I don't know where that second relic has gone. Was it taken away by... Oh my lord, it was taken away. Oh my lord, 4 relics coming over to Lucifron. Jeez, I didn't even realize. When did he pick those up? He's done a great job. He's definitely ahead at this point then. Lucifron definitely looking really, really good in this series. He's up 2-0 at this point. And I think that's kind of weird because normally you would have looked at him and been like, oh, well, Vortex is definitely... There we go. There we go. There we go. I sorted it out. Don't worry, boys. I sorted it out. Yeah, normally you'd look at it and you go, okay, well, Lucifron, Vortex is a little bit better than Lucifron. But it just seems like Lucifron is just all over Vortex in this game, or this series today. He's looking incredibly strong. We're in game number 3 right now, and obviously this isn't match point. Next game is going to be match point if Lucifron wins here. But now we actually see horse archers getting thrown in. These guys don't actually counter light infantry or, infantry. I mean, light melee infantry. Yeah, light infantry. But they do have a lot of base damage, so they actually have more base damage than your typical archer would. So I think they're still an effective choice, and he'll be able to utilize them very, very well up against this. But this is a great combination here coming out for his opponent. And Lucifron definitely going to be looking at posture, looking to try and hold position. Vortex on the other side, though. You can see him trying to put this trench down, just having a lot of trouble. It's definitely a bit of a struggle. And now more outposts going to be coming up for both players as they continue to fight underneath this damn sacred site sign. Get off my screen, sacred site sign. I don't want to see you. And now the horsemen, or the horse archers on the backside getting cleaned up. You can see the lancers just running in underneath that sacred site sign, trying their best. But look at the numbers coming out right now. Lucifron just completely taking control of this fight, just forcing out away from his brother. It is a battle of the two brothers, and I gotta say, Lucifron definitely looking superior at this point. Very, very nice stuff from him. We'll check in with Vortex. We'll see how he's going. I'm going to try my best not to click down towards that position. 69 villagers for Vortex. Nice. But on the other side, we've got 71 villagers for Lucifron. So villager count's still very even between these two guys. No third town center getting dropped down just yet. At least, not yet that I've seen. But there's enough resources for it. So I wouldn't be surprised if I thought that I was going to see it just there. But no, it is not the case. Third town center, where would you put it if you were going to put it down? Like maybe right here next to this stone. That's a good spot. Yeah, put it there. That's a good spot. I guess on this gold here as well. Not a bad spot either. But we'll check in now with Vortex and see how he's doing, because he is really struggling to keep himself above, or his head rather, above water. At this point, you can see he's going to have to fall back from here. Lucifron is. So Vortex doing a pretty decent job, but now those spears are going to be coming out. The Yam Network going to be providing that nice little buff of movement speed. Ideally, he's going to combo that with the Khan and really look to try and chase down all of these units. And you can see how effective it is. Just, if you blink for a second, you will absolutely lose all of your army. You've got to be very careful up against it now that those spears are in critical mass. But he'll be constantly bringing them back towards this wooden fortress and looking to try and force these units out. And you can see the damage that gets taken there in placement. going to be coming through here. Villagers jumping inside this outpost. Got to be careful. They're going to be looking to heal it up, and now plenty of units going to be coming out here, looking to try and do some damage. The Khan going to be making its way out as well. We could see an attack speed arrow. It's going to be a defensive arrow that gets thrown off up into the air. And Vortex going to be chasing away his brother Lucifron. You can see those units are just moving with massive amounts of speed. They got the Saint's Blessing here, which is going to provide them with extra little bonuses. But Vortex trying his best to hold on, trying his best to keep his head above water, continuing to make plenty of spearmen, actually just rallying them out on the Uvu. So it has them coming out double-double. No, not going to be coming out double-double just yet. But Sacred Site in the center is completely in control of Lucifron at this point. I don't think there's any two ways about it. Look at the resources he's got banked up here as well. So looking very, very good for him. He's going to start pushing in towards his enemy's base. Oh, this could be trouble. This could be trouble. He comes in underneath all of the pastures. He's going to be looking. All of the knights now coming in underneath the town center of Vortex. We can see they're getting caught with a little bit by surprise. A lot of spearmen here actually doing a great job of just catching them, forcing them to run away. And still we see there are... How many pastures have we got out right now? We got 14 pastures coming out for Vortex. That is a lot of pastures. I got to be honest with you guys. That is a huge amount of pastures. Lucifron now continuing to build up more horse archers. We actually see a siege workshop coming out. I think it's going to be trebuchets that are going to be the name of the game here for Lucifron. Still, we don't see a keep. Literally, as I say that, there's a keep that is getting dropped right there. The keep is going to make a lot of sense in this position. The keep is going to hopefully hold on to this Sacred Site, but you can see he's having to fall back. He's struggling. The horse archers turning around, dishing out the damage. Villagers going to have to fall back as well. But keep in mind behind this, the siege workshop going to be looking to get down that trebuchet as well very shortly. And look to try and work down these outposts. Start putting on the pressure. Start doing some damage. A shaman going to be making its way behind enemy lines. A villager needs to move out here and look to neutralize this position if it's not careful. And now we see more walls getting thrown up behind this as well. I think that I saw a knight coming out that way, and indeed I did see a knight going out that way. And still we see the wooden fortress firing off towards this position. You can see the outpost just dishing out damage non-stop. There's actually a sheep in there. Get that sheep out. But interesting that neither player is really committed to clearing those two outposts or that wooden fortress. It would be very easy to do, but obviously it's easier said than done. And look at that Sacred Site. It actually did get turned, and unfortunately the knight was just a little bit too slow. Warrior Monk going to be making its way back over towards that position. And now plenty of knights going to be coming through. Lancers rather, clearing up that Warrior Monk. And now going to be looking to come down towards the villagers on that farmland. Going to be careful. Do we see a third town center added in just yet? It doesn't look like it. Just going to be the two town centers out for Lucifron at this point in time. I think there was definitely a great window for him to go into that third town center. But still we don't see it. But now that keep going to be coming up. Improved siege engineering. I'm pretty sure it's come through. Indeed it has. It has come through. And now looking to try and wall up this position over on the western side. The Rus player is definitely going to be in a good spot. But look at this. Villagers did manage to make their way behind here. So we're going to start to see outposts. We're going to start to see emplacements. We're going to see all those classic things that you love to see out of your Mongol player. Just so much fun. You know, I always have so much fun when I'm playing up against the Mongols with their fun emplacements. Oh, they're so much fun. But now all of a sudden it starts to look a little bit worrying. Vortex has found space. He's making space as well as he continues funneling these outposts down along the edge. We can see not quite yet has emplacements on all of them. But he'll be adding them in shortly, I suspect. Continuing to move through now. And we see towards the front, this wall never gets up because the emplacement on the outpost is just doing what it loves to do best. So maybe we'll see the trebuchet turn its attention towards that position. But it's going to continue working on these outposts out here. On the map, we can see it actually. Is he? Yeah, he's firing at the ground. So he is attacking the ground and now moving forward with the wooden fortresses as well. Lucifron doing well at this point to try and close out this game. He's going to try his best, but at the same time, I mean, Vortex, 160 population versus 140. It's definitely close between these two players. He continues moving forward. A lot of spears in this position. You've got to be careful here. Those spears, they are looking for trouble. And the horsemen, they're definitely going to be the ones that are going to give it to him. I'm starting to feel like Vortex's position might actually be very decent here with the spears together with the lancers. One bad fight for Lucifron, and that could be the end of it. Whereas Vortex, I mean, he's got units coming out of the wazoo just non-stop, and now Lucifron going to be looking to hold on. He's got to be careful here. A lot of units coming back out. Still, we don't see anything that's really going to seal the deal for him, and now it looks like Lucifron got to be careful. I feel like Vortex senses there might be blood in the water. We're going to enter into the cinematic view so that we can begin to witness this for all of its glory. The Horse Archers, unfortunately, not in a whole lot of number. Horse Archers, wake up! Lucifron, wake up! Lucifron, wake up! Lucifron falls asleep at the keyboard, losing a huge amount of military units right there. He's got to fall back. You can't take this fight. Get the hell back. What are you doing, Horse Archers? Get back here. I'm so sick of these damn Horse Archers on this Monday to Friday plane. Monday to Friday plane. Keep going to be going down, and with the keep going down, it's going to open up the position here for the... Where did those Knights go? Knights going to be going into the base. Knights going into the base right now underneath the town center. Knights are in the base of Vortex. Lucifron is trying his best to slow down this game a little bit on the front side. You can see he's kiting for days. He's looking like the Muslim right now. Mangonel's coming out in force over here as well for Vortex, but Lucifron, he is inside the base. He is just killing villagers non-stop. Don't kill the Gur. What are you killing the Gur for? Kill the villagers. Look at all the dead villagers on the ground. Look at the dead villagers. There's more dead villagers than there are sheep, and that's a Mongol base that we're talking about. This is terrible damage coming out right now, but at the same time, Vortex is just committing. He is looking to commit. You can see right now he's on 67 villagers. All those villagers just going down. They finally realize. He realizes. He wakes up. He makes it inside the town center, and all of a sudden he he says, "Oh my lord, I've got 66 villagers. What happened to me?" And now those Horse Archers just going to keep kiting non-stop. 103 villagers for Lucifron. He's looking very strong, very good. He's walled up. All those extremities going to be completely covered. He's looking beautiful and what's the word I'm looking for? He's looking very I can't think of the word. Don't worry. I was gonna use that word that people use when they like cover themselves up and they don't show a lot of skin, and they think that it's a very like a noble thing to do. I'm sure you guys know what the I can't think of it. I can't think of it. Mangonel's now going to get taken out. We can see that the armor arrow going to be thrown up here. Beautiful splits coming in from Lucifron. Oh my lord, he's splitting right now like a gymnast, and good game's going to get called. Vortex just absolutely tapping out. Lucifron looking incredibly good. Fellas, this has been Golden League. Game number 3 in this series. This is a best of 7, but we're heading to match point right now. Lucifron versus Vortex. They are going to be games this weekend, next weekend, the weekend after. I want to see you guys there. 15 GMT on Saturday and on Sunday. I'm going to be casting. We're going to jump in and have a look how many villagers actually went down at the end there. Wow. That was a very Owen Wilson. Wow. That's a lot of villagers that died, man. He went from like 90 villagers down to 66. Yikes. Military count wasn't pretty either. Lucifron looking incredible in this series. I'll catch you guys in the next one.